Hey Haley, hey Thomas. My name's James Massell. from Movie Death Blows. Thanks for taking the time to sit down with me today.
Nice to meet you.
Haley, I gotta ask, I like to keep these things light and fun. So, how much champagne did you actually get to drink while preparing for this role as Widow Clicquot?
You know what? We shot the film all on one location in Chablis, which is the winemaking, which is Burgundy, my favorite wine region. And I set out to be sober during the filming of Clicquot, purely for vanity's sake. And I have to say, I think I had a glass of Burgundy every single night. And I was like, you know what? A glass a day keeps the doctor away. And I never got sick.
Worth it, I'd say.
Magical elixir, elixir of the gods.
Thomas, I know you've been a second unit director on a lot of big movies like, Aladdin and stuff like that. How does your job change from
What?
second unit director to Aladdin?
You were, sorry, I didn't know this.
I have a, I
I
have
didn't
a,
look at your resume clearly, Thomas. You were second unit director on Aladdin?
listen, we don't have to talk about that right now.
Okay, hold
But
on
I
now.
do,
I just went and saw the Broadway show with Virginia, my daughter, on Saturday,
I do blue people.
and it was amazing. Sorry, second unit director on Aladdin. Go back. Let's hear this.
See what
I
I
do blue
started?
people. Yeah, you've opened a can of worms there.
Just how
How
does your
does
La
job
la
change
la
from
la
second unit director to main director? Like, what's
la.
different for you?
well
Arabian Nights and
the singing
Arabian
is the same.
Days.
Maybe we should have had more singing.
I think so.
Um, the job is different. Well, because the whole thing is on you. If you're the director and second unit, you can swan about doing stunts and pretty pictures, and it's quite a different job. But it's kind of where I learnt to do my job, and I think it was doing while doing second unit for Joe on. I think we were doing Pan, and at one point during the movie making process, I just went, I think I know how to do this now, and I realized that I could direct, and it took me a while to get there, but it was where I trained really. Doing second unit is how I learned to do my job. So a brilliant training ground and a brilliant way to get your head across all the different processes and things that happen on a movie set.
Sure. Haley, had you ever heard of Widow Cliquot before you took this role, or was this something totally new for you?
I'd heard of Veuve Clicquot, but not Widow Clicquot. I drank a lot of Widow Clicquot. I've definitely been drunk on Widow Clicquot. And a little fun fact, I was told, or I read somewhere, that people used to say, "Give me a glass of Widow, give me a glass of Widow," which I was like, ah, of course, because Veuve, the French translation is widow, but it's I didn't know anything about the champagne other than there was an old lady on the bottle, and I'm not really interested in the wine industry other than drinking it, um, but I was really excited about revealing this woman to audiences, and I really wanted audiences to discover a story about a young woman and her heartbreak and her abandonment and her grief, and I think that that was the most interesting aspect of the story to me. And of course the regenerative qualities of growing. I'm a gardener myself, so I was really fascinated by this woman who was had this obsession and this need to keep her husband, her true love, her husband, alive through the process of creation. And that's something that I really understand. I loved her connection to nature and the divine and beauty. So yeah, and of course, I feel like I'm like releasing the genie from the bottle in a way. After
Nice.
all these years being kind of stuck as this old woman on the bottle. She's like, wow, I think she'd be happy.
Thomas, last question before we wrap. I was a huge fan of the TV show The Missing, and I know you directed a few episodes of Baptiste, so I just wanted to tell you that. I wish more people would have watched it before it got canceled or whatever it was. But, did you ever have any input from the author? I know this is like based on a best-selling book, but did you ever have any input from the author while directing or from the writing process or anything like that?
Not from Tila Mateo. Her job was done with the book, but from Erin Dignam, who wrote the screenplay. So she was present with us at the beginning of the process and really involved with some things that we were juggling at the start of the process. But then she gracefully exited to Los Angeles and let us get on with the filmmaking process. So just a little bit just before we started.
Gotcha. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time, and I can't wait for everybody to see Widow Clicquot when it comes out this week on the 19th.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks.